Hello, 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 and welcome to Random Packet Loss. My name is Kira Maxi, and today we are watching the final of the Athena Games Game Night Kit in Norwich. This will be the first round of the final. Ed will need to beat me twice if he wants to win, whereas I only need to beat Ed once. So we have Ed on the left playing Whizzard and me on the right playing NEH. So this is not an uncommon matchup. It's certainly a very interesting matchup, one that I'm always a bit worried about because Whizzard can really just keep on top of you, especially if he gets a good start. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you once again to Athena Games for putting on such a fantastic event. Had an absolutely fabulous time. And it looks like we're going to start. So, looks like I kept that hand, and it's not going to be a mystery that I was looking for assets to spam. Because I think in this matchup, you really just need to out-spam Whizzard. If you're just putting out like one or two assets a turn at the start, Whizzard, if he has any economy at all, can just go trash, 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 and you know it is actually possible for Whizzard to just trash all the assets, and it yeah, makes me very sad. But it looks like we're having a slightly slow first turn, but we've got a it was gain a credit, install Liberated, click Liberated, install Wildside, which I'm quite happy about because, you know, now I get my Sensi Axis Union to fire, and it just means that hopefully next turn my go will be install 3 more assets, and suddenly that's a lot for Ed to deal with. So we're going to get install for draw, and I'm sure what's in my hand at this moment, but so I'm going to go uninstall. And it's going to be, sorry about the glare, but that is Jackson Howard. And it looks like I'm trashing a bunch. So I think at this point I was very agenda flooded, and I think Jackson really did come and save the day at that time because I believe those are 3 agendas. I started out with 3 assets and an agenda, and then just drew into more agendas, even with the Sensi Axis Union. So I was, you know. Jackson saving the day as usual. So here we go. Just going to get a Jackson pop. Yeah, not really much more to say there. That's Jackson doing his job there. Apologise for the table glare. I forgot to bring a playmat with me today, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, at this point, I mean, that Liberated is very relevant because it does mean that Whizzard has the economy to trash more than 1 asset a turn, and I mean, having to Jackson at that point was a bit of a tempo loss for me. I mean, really, in that position, ideally, I'd want to just be going install, 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 and just give Ed, you know, even more assets to deal with. So he was going to trash the Sensi. You know, again, absolutely the correct play. I'd say this to everyone. You cannot let the Sensi Axis Union live. I know that this deck has a lot of must-trash assets, but Sensi Axis Union, it has to be right up that list, because if I'm allowed to keep it, like, I can just draw through my deck, find anything I need, bottom deck agendas, and it's just the best asset in the game at that point. So it looks like I'm going to continue my spam train just by double install and Sweets Week. Pretty happy with this, to be honest. I mean, not sure what those are. I'm guessing that if one of them was a pad campaign or something, I would res it. I know there's an argument for leaving things unresed and make Whizzard check them, but I think, you know, you've got to put the pressure on and get those pads on. But also I'm going to get some medium digs, trashing a Sensi, but no agendas. So I'm guessing those face downs are a combination of Sands and team sponsorships, or possibly member temples. So we're going to. It's like I'm checking to see what I'm going to do here. There might be a member temple. Oh no! So I'm resing a pad campaign and a DBS here. So I had to have a think about that because it is a bit of a tempo hit, but I have just sweeps, but play sweeps weak, and if I res 2, it means it gives Ed 2 things to do with, and he has to pick. So I'm feeling fairly okay with that. Again, apologies for the glare, but that is a pad campaign and a daily business show. So you know, as yeah, got a pretty single-minded game plan here. Just, you know, find the assets really, but I'm going to ice R&D just to deal with that medium and install an upgrade in R&D, which is undoubtedly a Cyberdex Fire Suites, just to deal with that medium dig, so that he has to not only find a breaker, but then has to start the medium dig all over again. So yeah, so looks like Ed's just going to set up. He's got his adjusted chronotype now, so he's got all the clicks. So he won't be losing that click. So Whizzard is taking off. So I'm going to get that day business show draw. Again, I mean, the trouble is that Ed isn't really keeping on top of my assets. I mean, he's not using his 3 Whizzard credits each turn, which I mean, I quite like having assets. It's quite a it's a big part of the deck. So I'm stalling for a draw, and we're gonna res a Mumbad City Hall. Now this is probably the main thing that makes my deck different from a lot of asset spam decks. A lot of decks run turtlebacks, but I quite like Mumbad City Hall for this reason. Like, there's no museums in the deck, is just for Mumba temples, and it is just great for just steamrolling out assets, because now that's 3 things which Ed really wants to be able to deal with. Like, if he just trashes the temples, then I can like Jackson back the temples and MCH them out again, but I mean, he kind of has to trash the MCH if he wants to go down that route, because I'm just going to click and get another temple next turn. So I think it does put on a lot of pressure. The only downside being is that you're less likely to get a lot of actual real credits. Like Turtlebacks, once it gets going, you're just rolling in actual credits, whereas obviously with Mumba Temples, you don't have credits for advancing things, and there is a bit of management because it means you can usually only res 1 big piece of big ice a turn. However, that efficiency just cannot be, you know, it's just great. So as we go, run HQ, and so there's a Beal. We're going to run HQ again. There's an Astro. Run HQ again. There's a 15 minutes. So I was a bit flooded there by the looks of it, and Ed seemed to pick up on that possibility. Since I had bad luck with drawing advantage this game, I was flooded at the start and I wasn't anymore. Now, I think that was quite lucky for me, because I think I have another Astro in hand at this point, and so like 50-50 chance of just flat out losing the game then. So here I'm going to res a temple and use that to res another temple. So just get the flippy credits for that. I'll generally do this even if I don't have anything else to res, just to save the credit really. So what am I going to do here? See, I think what I'm considering here is whether I res, because I believe I have a Sansan on the table, whether I'm going to try and res a Sansan, because obviously at the moment it'll cost me 3 credits. Yes, I do res a Sansan. So at the moment it costs me 3 credits with Mumba Temples. My other options were wait for that 1 credit to refresh, so it's only cost me 2 credits, or wait for next turn, click out another Mumba Temple and get it for free. But I think, especially given what just happened, and I mean I just need to score the Astro out of hand. Like I just need it out of here, because I cannot afford to just let him steal it and lose the game. So yeah, it's going to be install, double advance, res a team sponsorship, and score that Astro. I've got a lot of work to do here. So what am I going to install? Okay, so it looks like I'm just going to ice up the Sansan, just to make it more difficult for So he can't just run and trash it. It means he has to find a piece. Has to install a Faust or something like that. Just a slight more of a temper hit. Now that HQ is thoroughly cleaned out, it would, you know, if you manage to get 2 goes out of a San, then that's absolutely fantastic.
That's not where the change comes from.
If you think of San as just a biotic that's slightly more expensive, or indeed less expensive if you're using Mumba Temples, getting 2 uses out of it, possibly even getting a second Astro counter is amazing. But it looks like it's going to install Faust and run. And really the question is that Enigma or is it wraparound, really? It looks like I'm considering here. I'm guessing by the fact that I haven't just immediately rezzed it, that is not a wraparound. Otherwise, you know, there'd be no question, I'll just res it. So I think that's just an Enigma. So yeah, there seems little point in rezzing it, really. I want to be able to res the ice on R&D. Going on low credit. So just going to trash the San, which is fine, you know. I've got the Astro counter, which is the main thing. So hopefully I'll be able to find another Astro. Or possibly might even just score a Beal at this point, just to some wary of turntable. Speak of the devil, here's turntable. So that is the biggest scare with NEH against Whizzard, is that often you'll spend all your money getting that first fast advance and then be unable to defend R&D, and then they just medium dig you to death. Which I guess is another reason why I quite like having Mumbateti Hall, just to get the temples out, because temples mean that you can res the San and still have money. So I think it's gain a credit, install overweight R&D, take back the 15 minutes, because I just can't. You know, he only needs to access another 2 points and he's won. Or actually, he needs to access any, like a breaking news would do, actually, because he gets turntable. Of course, the problem is now that means that he's more likely to hit an agenda, because he's more likely to hit the 15 minutes. But as I say, you know, that will be bad, but not as bad as him just accessing another agenda and just winning. So we're going to get a trash on day business show. And anything else? I've lost track of what clip this is, I'm afraid. What have we got here? Okay, so I'm going to store the same old thing. And a clone chip, so just setting up, really. And so yeah, there's a slightly unusual order of rig there. I'd normally put the resources at the back, but anyway. So he's going to run see the Jackson. He's already spent his Whizzard credits, so I think he's pretty fine to. So I was pretty happy to let him decide. Oh, he didn't have money to trash it anyway, so it wasn't really a problem. So rearrange my assets there to get some Jackson draws. So I guess really here, but obviously I'd really like to get an Astro, really, just so I can score that out. I mean, another San would be good. Really, I just want to. Or Ice HQ is great, and get a Sweet Sweep, which is fantastic in this matchup, just to get some money. As I say, one of the things this deck struggles with is gaining actual physical credits, because all you have is pad campaigns and Sweet Sweep. I think I could maybe push to put one more economy card in that, but yeah, so so I think I missed what Ed did on, so I think he just gained some money. I can't see any difference on the board. Just going to get another install for a card. Advance. Okay, so I'm just going to score breaking news out of hand, get a team sponsorship install. So the question here is, should I have used the Astro counter to trash the wild side? Now, the reason I didn't is because kind of the Astro is my win condition here. Like, it's going to be quite hard to get another San to stick, because yeah, I mean, he's just going to trash them. You know, that ice I believe it's Enigma. Like, it's not going to do anything. So really, I mean, I really want to use that Astro counter to score out another 3-2, preferably an Astro. But I think I'll take a Beal at this point because, as we know, I have Biotic in hand, so I can just Biotic out the last 2 points if necessary. So yeah, but I'm pretty bad at, you know, doing the aggressive plays with breaking news to trash resources. There's only one breaking news in the deck. It's one breaking news, 15 minutes, so it's a tough one. So we get a run on HQ, no res. I think it's possible they just don't have anything in hand at this point, and it's almost like give him less time to prepare for whatever ice it is if he's going to run it. But then again, it could just be Enigma. I can't remember at this point. So just gonna gain all my Acity stuff, installing. It really is anyone's game at this point. Like, while I'm in a good position, like, that turntable is a real worry. Like, I'm really on the clock. I think here I remember that Mumma City Hall is on the table, which I'd for some reason forgotten about, and suddenly realised, oh wait, I can click that for another temple. Why don't I do that? That's a click for a free install out of my deck. And Mumma Temples are great, so yeah, I don't know why. I think I must have just, long day, forgotten that that was something I could do. So just another install. So spam, 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 somebody spam. Right.
So this was the temple. Am I allowed to ask that?
So it looks like Ed's going to do some checking, just to keep me honest. Oh no, sorry. He's just checking which one is the member temple, which is, you know, absolutely fair enough. I do have to reveal it, so it's you know, it's something to look out for. I see people a lot, especially on Jinteki, when I, you know, spam out some member temples with Member City Hall. I don't think maybe they're not paying attention, so they start running the member temples and then like not trashing them. So I think they just, yeah, it's something to be aware of. If you see Member City Hall, just make sure that, you know, you don't already know what the things are. So it looks like an I Heard Worse for some draw. He's going to be wanting to put on some pressure soon because, I mean, if I score another Astro especially, or even a Beal really, then it makes it a lot harder for me to win. Whereas if he can deny that Astro counter, then I'm in a much worse position. Like, that Astro counter is you know, huge. So he's going to install David and run R&D. Now, so he's got the complete Anarch Breaker suite of 2 cards. And so I'm going to be rezzing... Oh, so I use a credit to res another member temple because, you know, just do it properly. And then I will res Wraparound. So... just to, you know, may as well tax David tokens. So with medium, I mean, it's okay. So here he jacks out and then just plays knifed to save David tokens. That seems reasonable. Then the next one, I just so I don't res the next piece of ice, but I do res CVS and purge before he axes. Again, I'm really scared about turntable, and rightfully so, because that is the absolute worst card he could have accessed in my deck. Because now, all of a sudden, I'm on 2 points. Here's my Astro counter. So I need to score another 3 agendas, another 3 3-2s in order to win. So suddenly, I'm in an absolutely awful position. Like, I mean, I've got a long way, because I need to now find, you know, I need to start all over again. That entire first bit of the game where I managed to score that first Astro means nothing. That 15 minutes doesn't even do anything for me because, like, I'd already scored the breaking news, therefore, and there's only 2-2-1s in the deck, so that 15 minutes isn't even getting me closer to 7 points because I still need to score 3 3-2s. So yeah, this is going to be a massive uphill struggle for me. Ed just needs 1 more point to win, so any agenda will do it. So yeah, So here I'm just gonna, you know, spam, and hope for the best here. I mean, and also keeping him out of R&D is going to be it's going to be really difficult. So yeah, run R&D with medium. Gonna res Enigma because why not? It's free. Getting taxing cards. So
Bounce off using a click. Okay.
that's what he's doing here. I think here. Okay, so here he loses a click and jacks out. Well, and ends the run, and then plays spooned. Which again seems fair enough. So it's just cost him 2 cards. I don't know what's in his hand, so I guess he just didn't want to spend, you know, cards unreasonably. So he's going to see 2 cards. So remember City Hall, which is going to trash for free. See, I didn't see that from this side. I don't know if I quite. Yeah, I don't remember in the game. I think in the game I might have not clocked that happened, but yeah, NAPD is still a good card. Like that must be so soul destroying for Ed there. Yeah, that is. So yeah, people forget about NEPD now because like it's on the MWL, so not quite as it's not an obvious. It's not an auto include like it used to be when it cost no influence, but still, it's a fantastic card. So looks like I'm just doing some rezzing. Remember City Hall. I remember Temple's doing their work, so there's a pad and a DBS. So now I've got the power draw going on. I've got Senti Actors Union and Daily Business Show.
I'm not going to fire Senti Actors Union this turn.
So yeah, turn begins. Gain 2 of the pads.
I will.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't. Yeah,
It's a DBS.
because I was drawing so many cards. It hadn't occurred to me that the top card wasn't an APD. I think now that's on the bottom of the deck.
And then I will,
So I mean, this is
side them up, I just-
Senti Actors Union and DBS are just so good together. It's like it's, you know, put 2 cards on the bottom.
Install here.
Just we're gonna get install double advance.
For credit.
There's another team sponsorship. There's a Sansan for free
Astro.
and score the Astro.
And then use
So
the
now
install
I'm kind of back in the game.
Enigma.
So I'm going to install all the ice back on R&D, which just got destroyed. So yeah, this is a really close game right now because I mean it was a miracle that I managed to get the Astra again, but again, Mumba Temples, like this is why MCH is in the deck. Mumba City Hall, it's just having 3 temples is just so disgusting. So go for a run again. Unfortunately, I have to pay real credits because all my temple credits were used up on Sansan. So is he gonna break? Is the question.
Second click. Install.
If he's got. Okay, so no, I think he jacks out. He plays a data sucker,
Knife. R&D.
and
With
and he's going to deja vu. No, sorry, same old thing for knifed. Which will David through that,
with a David.
and then
I will raise that.
yeah. So I'm just gonna res CVS here, just so he can only access 1 card. I just need to keep this in check. So
Okay.
pack campaign, yeah, fine. I have 2 now.
Turns.
Game 2.
Now the thing is that because team sponsorship's on the table,
It's possible.
it means that I can just replace ice that he trashes,
So looking
which
for,
puts me in a fairly good position against these Dumble decks.
this on the bottom.
So go get the power draw of
I'm gonna go straight there.
draw 4 cards,
Yeah.
put 2 on the bottom,
No, well, I thought
and then draw another card, then install and draw another card. Yeah, I think that Senti Actors Union really needs. I know, Ed just wants to pressure R&D and just find that last bloody agenda, but I mean, I'm putting the agendas on the bottom of the deck. That's where I'm putting them,
Getting confused there.
and yeah, just
CVS.
if I have any way of getting out of like, you know, winning this game, it's gonna be by using Sentiatus Union just to find all the cards I need.
Score.
So yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that I found a Beal there, given how much I was drawing. I'd be surprised if I didn't find a 2/1
2 team sponsorship.
in my deck. So
It's going to be.
yeah, and that Santan still table. It's just, this is where asset spam just gets silly. And so now I get 2 free installs of team sponsorship. And so that's going to be a wraparound and...
Actually,
No. Okay, so an ice from hand and then wraparound. So I'm really trying to seal that off. But I am on very low actual money now after all that. But yeah, and 6 member temple credits just absolutely fantastic in this matchup. So I mean, I just need to find one more agenda, and but so does Ed, and like I'm running out of I mean, there's clearly no more CVS on the table, so I can no longer constantly purge those mediums to prevent these accesses. Like there's just not a lot I can do really.
Fine.
So first, going to check HQ. Now the trouble with this is that between Sentiatus Union and a business show, like I've got fantastic hand management going on. Like I can just, if I don't want agendas in hand, I won't have agendas in hand, and so I will try very hard to make sure that I only ever have. I will draw an agenda and score it, and then try not to have any more agendas. Obviously, it's not perfect, but yeah. But anyways, so here we're going to get another run on R&D. Ed Vane kindly fanning out his hand there so I can see what he can break with Faust. Now, it's a tough decision here because there's not a lot that can actually... There's nothing to really stop him. Just got to think what I can tax him out with. And as I only have the potential for 7 credits there, including like temples and my actual credit. So, okay, so here I'm just going to Res Assassin. It's not going to keep him out at all, even just with the data suckers he's got, he can deal with it with Faust. I think my hope is just to deter repeated runs,
Yes.
which hopefully it will do. But it's, yeah, I mean, I'm in a tough spot. I mean, I guess the advantage is that if he doesn't win this turn, next turn I'll get, a bunch of credits back. Possibly get Sweet Sweet and I'll be able to res the rest of the ice. But will that even stop him? That's the question. It's so difficult to keep Whizzard out these days. This is why it's so hard to be... that's why you need Caprice if you're playing Glacier or something like that. Because, it's just, it's so hard to keep Whizzard out. I just have to hope that I can tax him out long enough for me to find those last points I need to close out the game. So it looks like we're getting a reduce the strength of the Data Sucker, spend 3 cards. Nothing, can't res anything else. Go see 2 cards. It's an Archangel. Can't do anything about it. And next it is Sansan. That's, yeah, I mean, okay, so he's going to trash it, I'm guessing, just to try and make... I don't know about that, actually, because I mean, unless he's planning to run again this turn, which maybe he is. Well, to effect, if he's planning to run again this turn, then that's a fine play, because it means he can see 1 extra card. If he's not, then he's just making it easier for me to find an agenda. But we'll see what he's going to do next. It's so difficult. We could read. I mean, I think really at this point you need to trash that Sentiatus Union because, as I say, this is just a race to find the agenda, and it is impossible to keep up an R&D lock with Sentiatus Union. Like, I'll just draw through it in no time. So there's a team sponsorship which is going to do absolutely nothing anymore. and then it's my go. So the question is, do I have
I activate
the final agenda?
So look at 4.
I'll certainly look for it. And so here I get my 4 cards
I put
with Sensi Actors Union / DBS. I'm guessing from my lack of immediate decisions that I didn't find the winning agenda. So yeah, just got to resolve Sensi Actors Union now. Put something else on the bottom. Yeah, so I think I took a mandatory draw, and yeah, did I draw the agenda? It looks like I drew something, so it's going to be install, double advance, Astro, score the NEPD, relief on my face. That was
Yeah.
that was a proper grindy game of Whiz versus NEH. Like,
Yeah.
I was sure that I
Yeah,
had
my pleasure.
lost that game as soon as turntable happened. That was
I didn't get
you know,
off that. I guess
well played
I
by
hope
Ed
this did
there.
focus on some questions, and I'd like
You
to
know,
what else
just
is
can't say,
there?
fantastic
Anything
game.
about
So
nothing.
thank you everyone for watching. This has been Random Packet Lost. My name is Kieran Maxey, and thank you very much for watching.